Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, my name is Charmin. I post skincare and makeup videos on my channel every week. So today I'll be creating this makeup look using some of my favorite makeup products. Every time I have this makeup look on with this dress, I feel like an Arabian princess just walking through the desert. So this look really just reminds me of summer. So if you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more. So I'm starting off with the ColourPop eyebrow pencil, and I'm just using it to fill in the sparse areas in my eyebrows. I'm really not shaping it too much. My eyebrows are already pretty thick, so I'm not really making it, Instagram worthy. And then I'm just blending it out with the other side. Next, I'll be using the Juvias Place concealer. I'm just using an angled tiny brush I got off of AliExpress and just using that to basically all over my eyelids and using that as a primer. I'm not really a fan of this concealer, but I figured out that if I wait and let it set for a couple of seconds before I go in and work with it, then it becomes much easier and it doesn't crease as badly. So I'm just kind of carving out my eyelids and just using that. So I'll be using the Morphe palette today. It's the 35F palette. And I'm just going in with those three brown shades, mixing them, and just placing the color a little bit above my crease because I want to do kind of a cut crease look with this eye look. And the brush I'm using is from Coastal Scents. I got it ages ago, but it's like a pointed brush. It's really soft. And I'm just dipping back and forth to basically deepen and make the color more vibrant. And you'll see that I'm going really close to almost the eyebrow arch. So once I've used those three colors and just blended them out, I'm just going back in with that matte black and just deepening up the shade. So I kind of looked up, put a spot of concealer on my eyelid, and then looked up, and that's where I'm going to be placing the cut crease. So I'm cleaning up with a Q-tip just because it's easier and it gets less creasy if I take off some of the product on my eyelid. And then I'm going in with that gold shade and just setting my eyes with the concealer basically. I didn't use any powder to set the concealer the second time around. So next I'm going into this gold and white shade and just putting that all over my eyelids, just to get a little bit of dimension. And then I'm using the red shade right beneath the gold one to basically just create a little bit more dimension, and I'm putting that on the outer thirds of my eyes. And I'm just going back and forth to build a little bit more color. So now I'm going back in again with the red and a little bit of the black to blend in the end of the crease with the rest of my eyes basically. So I'm going back in with that gold shade and just patting it all over my eyes, especially the front inner corner. And then I'm going back into the black shade to deepen and darken the outer edge. These eye stencils are really useful, especially for people who have hooded eyes and it gets really messy during eye makeup. I got these off of AliExpress, and I think it was like a pack of 100 eye patches for only like $1 or $2. But yeah, I'm just going back in with that pencil brush and deepening up the outer corner of my eyes. And this is the point where I tried to use a Stila eye glitter, and Unfortunately, it didn't really show up on camera, but I tried to blend it out and I just placed it in the middle of my eyes. And then I put a little bit of a bright shade in the inner corners of my eyes, and now I'm just tight lining the upper lid, upper eyelid with a black pencil liner. I'm using my MAC highlight and correcting pen and just using it to correct my melasma and all of the dark areas on my face, including my mouth and also just around my nose. And I'm going in with one of my favorite foundations ever, the Nars All Day Luminous, and in the shade Syracuse. And I'm using my Real Techniques Beauty Blender, Real Techniques Beauty Sponge, sorry, to just blend away the foundation. I'm kind of avoiding my eyes with the foundation just because I'm going to be going in with that thick concealer again. And I'm using, again, the Juvias Place concealer to highlight and brighten those areas. So again, this concealer was not my favorite, but I just let it sit for 30 seconds before going in and blending it away. It's really thick and very full coverage, but for some reason, it just, the first time I used it, the sponge was taking away the product instead of blending it out. So now I'm just going back in and setting the concealer with the L'Oreal Perfecting Powder. It's a really nice powder. The only problem I have with it is that it kind of gets a little bit creasy towards the end of the day after a couple of hours. So I'm using it to set my under eyes. This is a good dupe for the Laura Mercier powder though, and also the Makeup Forever HD powder, except it has no flashback. So I'm just using it to set around the areas of my face where I tend to get a little bit oily. I have oily skin, so I'm using it around my nose, my mouth, my forehead, and then just kind of using it to highlight my contour area. And I'm going back in with that pencil brush again to just bring down the eyeshadow on my bottom lashes using those three brown shades, those three same brown shades. And I'm just trying to connect it with the straight line. And now I'm going in with just mascara. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous Mascara. I've had this for ages. So I'm going in with that black shadow again on my bottom lashes with a Q-tip just because I felt like it was not dark enough on the bottom lashes. And these lashes I got off of AliExpress again. I'm not great with applying false lashes, so I'm not going to attempt to do a tutorial on it. But I'm just moving on to contour now, and this is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. It's one of my favorite bronzers. And the shade Deep. So I'm using that to just bronze up. This is going to be my contour too. I know people don't use warm shades to contour, but I don't really care. So I'm going in with like a peachy blush. It's a e.l.f. blush palette, and I'm using the peachy one in the So I'm using my hands to highlight basically, and I'm using the palette Pure Cosmetics. You can use any highlighter. I don't really know that, you know, any one of them will be better than the another. So I'm going in with that powder again and using it to set the rest of my face and just blend everything so it looks seamless and natural. And this brush is again from Coastal Scents. So this eyeliner is actually, I think, discontinued because Jessie's Girl went out of business, but it's a green sparkly liner. It's one of my favorite eyeliners of all time, but any green eyeliner will do. I'm just using that to tightline my bottom lashes because I feel like it's a nice pop of color, especially with the peach. Honestly, this color just goes with every color. It doesn't, I don't know any dress that it doesn't go with. So this is a NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream, but I didn't really like the color. It was just too bright. It didn't go with my dress, so I'm actually just using a lip liner that I bought off of Amazon. It came in a set of, I think, like 10 or 12. It's a peachy shade, and I'm just using this all over my lips. The brand is called Italia, for anyone who might want to purchase them. And that's it. So I just put on some earrings. Again, I got them from AliExpress, but this is my eye look, and I'm wearing this beautiful peach like salwar that I kind of tried to make it look like it's a sari, but it's a really beautiful color. It's very flattering, especially on South Asian skin tones, and I just wanted an excuse to kind of create this eye look with this dress on. Yeah, so this is a close-up of just eye makeup. It's not really showing up on camera very well, but so with my hair, I have really curly hair, so I just kind of brushed it out while it was still a little bit wet and damp. And then once it dried, I had these big luminous curls that looked like you got them through a straightener, but I didn't. And I just kind of put the dupatta all over over my head. And there you have it. This is it. So if you enjoyed this makeup tutorial, then please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe